people. That has really taught me that, bro. I'll be on that forever. But that's some of the main personal growth points that I made during this podcasting world.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
I know, but I feel like I got deep right there real quick, right?
Hey, look. That's what you hear. I brought you here so you can get deep on me. Pause.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I'm saying? Like, that's
hey, man, what's that?
pause it. Let's pause it a little
You
bit.
ain't got a pause button up there?
Happens low. To the Jets. What? Crazy. 60 mil for 1 year. Happens low. Currently sitting in traffic down in DC. Happens low. Yummy. All right, folks. We back in the lab. We back in the studio. This is the Captain's Love Podcast. I'm your host, Rob, home of your sports and trending topics. Got special guests with me today. Special guest. Got my man Keanan Mims, or K. Dot, as y'all know him, host of Millennials vs. the World Podcast. Let's give him a clap. Clap him in.
Appreciate you.
What's good, big bro? Appreciate you coming through. How you feeling?
I'm glad to be here, bro. I appreciate it, man. I'm good, man. This dope setup you got, bro. Dope setup, man. Salute.
I don't think y'all really understand the level of excitement that walked through my door when he came in. I'm on the PS5. I was like, let me wrap this race up. He was like, damn, bro, you got everything in the joint. He was hyped up, man.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
I'm hyped up for this interview,
yeah,
man.
For sure.
I've been watching you for a minute, bro. I've been watching you from the beginning.
Appreciate that, bro.
And I think I had reached out to you early and was just, just tech tips and shit like that, man.
Sure.
So I appreciate your journey, man. You keep doing your thing. You have really, really like evolved your platform, dog.
Appreciate that, bro.
But anyway, man, before we usually start, how was your weekend?
It was good, man. It was good. Nothing too crazy. The wife went and saw Beyonce yesterday, so I was on daddy duty.
Who didn't go see Beyonce?
You know what I mean? She had the whole city shut down. But doing that, it was nothing crazy, man. I just came off vacation, so I've been cooling with the little ones, setting the little things up for the week. Work week about to start up, but cooling, man. How was yours, bro?
The usual, man. Went to a cookout yesterday. Shot some flicks. Still, working on my freelance photography shit.
Sure.
Shout out to the photographer. Shout out to my mentor, Glenn Clevenger.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Derek Andrews. In this business, man, in this business and photography, you don't really have a lot of people to talk shop with, man. So I always, pay homage to the people that I can call
for sure
and talk shop with.
For sure, gotta be able to do that.
But we here to talk about you today. We here to talk about your platform. I gave you a few questions. You know what I'm saying? I may ask you a question and you may answer the next one in it. So I usually just put a little check here and there, and it's a conversation. You know what I'm saying? We talking just like we was before we started.
For sure.
And, if you want to throw something at me as well, you can. All right.
For sure.
Let's get into it. All right. So tell me about the podcast, man. How did you start it? When and why?
All right, for sure. So I'm going to start way back. So maybe I moved to the DMV 2013. And I always been on the YouTube wave, but it wasn't a podcast platform type vibe. You feel me? It was like, I'm going to shoot this video my first year teaching. I'm an educator, so like my first year teaching, moving to the DMV. And that was 2013, 2014. And then when I got to a high school that I was in, man, I met my mentor, Salute to Ford. We were in a place where our rooms were connected. And that's the big homie. So we used to always debate. And he older than me. He older than me in the generation before me. So like we never agreed on anything. And at the time, I had an e-commerce website where I was doing things that I thought was the trend. Everybody was going crazy on Shopify. Oh, my God, I made $50,000 this month. So I started that. My little brother had one. And he would be like, bro, that's what's wrong with y'all millennials, bro. Y'all always think y'all can run the world off the internet. I like, what you mean, bro? Like, you mad because you got to go make your money and I can do it from behind the computer? Because I was doing straight. And we started debating. And one day, literally, he was like, hey, bro, turn on your phone. If you go back to this day, this is why I won't erase it. If you go back to my first episode and the sound quality is trash, it's because it's off my phone with the two-way interview. And it wasn't no intro. It wasn't no really no editing. He was like, bro, put your phone. If you think you smarter than me, put your phone down. So we threw it down. We started rapping, and as we started growing and talking about stuff more, it was like, hey man, if you're gonna be this serious, like he used to always do stuff like this. We would rap a little bit. He'd be like, hey man, when I watch radio shows, the ones that's good, they got microphones and stuff. We just doing it off the phone. So he started like pushing me. So me, I'm an all-in type guy. So I shut the website down. No more website. Hey bro, I'm really feeling this. So then we just started going back and forth. And the name Millennials vs. the World came from like me debating and not thinking anything in the world was perspective based. Because as millennials, we got it both ways. We connected to the younger generation. Like most of us came up without the internet. The internet got popping, Facebook and everything. And then now we're in the age where we use the internet a lot. And a lot of the generations before us didn't have it at all.
Yeah.
And the one after us, all they have is the internet. So we in that little bridge. And it was like, I feel like we the ones that could defy kind of the things that's out there right now. So that's how I started, bro. He did that. We started doing intros. If you listen to my first couple episodes, we were co-hosting, and it was just me and him debating topics about how we saw things. And I was representing the millennials, and he was representing everything else that came in the world, had guests come on and stuff like that. But yeah, man, that's how I started. I started YouTube in 2013. I actually did the official podcast in about 2018, 2019.
Okay, so you just about in the veteran stage.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I always wanted to look that up. Like, well, how many years did you have to be podcasting before you consider not entry level anymore, or is your level based on your, how many people are listening to, what your numbers are looking like?
I don't think neither, bro. I think me, like I told, like we spoke before. I don't think it's based on neither. I think it's based off knowledge. Like if you come in episode 5 and you know how to edit already, you know audio, you know visual, you're a veteran. Because it really ain't nothing but giving people an experience. And the thing that helped me at the beginning is I'm always been a storyteller, cracking jokes and stuff. So when I came to the forefront of podcasting, that was the part that I was most comfortable with. Like, hey, bro, what you think about this? And I'm pretty sure it's going to end up doing the same thing today, but like giving people the audio part of it where they can relate to it. Because you got to think about it, bro. Nobody really sitting around watching videos like that. Like, it's cool, don't get me wrong. We watch them. It might be in the background, but you really listen to stuff way more than you watching it. So I think you consider it a veteran when you understand the game. It's about the audio. It's about the audio. And you just learn it. Editing, websites, where to go, where not to go, marketing. That's what I consider a veteran.
Okay.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, I can just go ahead and say it proudly. I do consider myself a subject matter expert as far as starting it, setting it, maintaining it, marketing, equipment, best practices. I consider myself a subject matter expert, especially if anything you'd had to learn by yourself. Yeah. And you doing it and it's working. Yeah.
So when did you start and when did you start feeling that way?
Probably within the last year and a half.
How far is that from the start?
I've been doing it for almost a little bit over 3 years.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it was June 2020.
Got you.
When I started.
Got you.
So I didn't feel like I really had it until I upgraded. So at first I was just using the Canon Rebel T6, and I made it a webcam. Once I started doing angles. Mm-hmm. And I had the audio locked in, and I was using this professional audio on my social media and all that. That's when I felt like I had it. But I think the only thing I just recently picked up was the social media aspect.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, granted, I've gotten to the point where I got people in the comments coming at my neck.
Yeah, that means you're doing what you're supposed to do, bro.
But you're doing what you're supposed to do. But it's like sometimes, man, it get a little overwhelming. Yeah. And, with anything else, it's hard to maintain it. You know what I mean? So some days you're just not feeling it. I depending on what it is, I don't respond to negative. Or if somebody asks me for more context, I'll respond. If somebody say something that's funny, I'll put like a LOL. Mm-hmm. But I try to skip past. Now, if you say something real outlandish, I may delete the comment or block you or something. I'm like, It depends. If you like, oh, well, F you and your family type of deal, I might have to come find you. Yeah. But, I might have to do, hit somebody up like, look, I need you to find this person.
Yeah, yeah.
But, no. I mean, it's a lot of moving parts, bro. And it's like you don't have to be a subject matter expert in all of it, but the majority of it. And whatever you can't, when you get in that position, then you need to find somebody who can do it for you.
I got like a little. You really feel like that? You feel like I be a subject? I feel like you got to know one thing.
I feel like you need to know at least 75% of what you're doing, because I'm talking about over time. Like if you've been doing that shit, if you've been doing this shit for 2+ years, and like you should know. Like if you gotta pull an audible and say, well, look, I got 6 people coming in today. How I'm going to set up? You kind of need to have an idea.
Okay. In that regard, okay, I feel you.
Yeah, like if you have a technical issue,
I'm with you.
You need to know.
Okay,
you know.
But I would say you treat it more like a business than a pod, which I do too. So I agree with that.
Yeah.
But if you just podding and you just out here, bro, you just need to know.
Yeah.
But I agree with you.
Talking.
Yeah. I agree with you saying. Though. I agree.
It's so many people that I met in the past, man, who started a podcast, didn't have nothing.
Yeah.
And felt like they wanted this grand scheme, this grand setup, and they stopped doing it. I'm like, bro, like.
Yeah, nah.
It's supposed to look like some shit in the beginning.
Yeah.
It's supposed to.
Yeah.
It's supposed to sound. It's supposed to sound like that.
Yeah.
Like and then you go back and look. It's supposed to you're supposed to have technical difficulties. The screen supposed to cut off.
Yeah.
Your post is whack. It's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Nobody's supposed to watch in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then you grow and you go back and you appreciate it. You're supposed to.
Yeah.
Like.
But people don't. But I would argue people like that won't never intend on seeing it through. No way.
No. And this is we'll skip that for later, because that's in my unpopular opinion about podcasts.
Okay.
All right, so let's get back to it.
Yes, sir.
So talk to me about your topics, man, and who do you consider as your target audience?
For sure. So target audience is definitely like 28 to 44. Like that's the people that tap in the most. And the reason why I say that, I catch a lot of people on the. Yo, it's weird, bro. Like, I feel like that 44 age range are the people that's seasoned in life, but they trying to figure out their spot still. So they kind of listen to see, oh, these young 30-year-olds make a little sense. Let me see what I can take from them. And then I get the Gen Zers that's kind of like, let me get this game so I could try to be better than me. Like my little brother, you know what I'm saying? Like, even though he's not 28, like a lot of his demographic around him listens in. As far as topics go, I believe in creating culture through conversation. So where it evolved to at the beginning, I was just debating with my mentor. And now it's more about like breaking the butt. Like everybody say culture, but we don't define what culture is. So as much as I debate, as much as I go on topics, as much as how many people I have on, the goal is to give somebody information where we can have a more positive culture. Like even if we talk about relationships, which I hate now, I'm at least trying to create a common ground on how men should respect women, women should respect men, why we disagree so much, how can we get to the bottom of it? So everything is grounded in that. I try to start with wellness. I've went as far as finances. I go as far as people's careers, all those things, because I think where we're at as millennials, we confuse. So I try to give information that has helped me along the way, that try to help others. And that's really where I go with it, man. I don't like to be too tight on topics. Everybody be like, find your niche and stay there and don't talk about nothing else. That ain't me, bro.
Yeah, you don't want to do that, man.
Yeah.
I know that some people are just good at it. Like, I was told for the longest, just do sports. I'm like,
hey, your sports joint is like that, though.
I'm like, nah.
I ain't saying stop it, but it is like that, though.
That's not my foundation. My foundation was just complaining about shit. Like, just, man, I'm on the metro, this motherfucker, da-da-da-da-da. Like, it grew from that.
Yeah.
And for me to just only go talk sports, as you can see, it's the off season.
Yeah.
So I only follow football and basketball.
Yeah.
I follow, like, motorsports, but that's a whole different, like, it's a whole different, like, that'll go over a lot of people's head if you're not really into it. Motorsports is not really the biggest sport that's watched in the United States.
You think it's a black dude covering motorsports somewhere?
It probably is, but that's all he's covering. So it's like if you go into motorsports can go way deeper than football and basketball.
Yeah.
Because you have so many different types, F1, stock cars, Indy cars, motorcycle racing, dirt bikes, just dirt racing, drag racing, destruction derby. You can go so far in that you can't cover all of that. Or the only way you covering that is if you're doing some daily shit. Like you dropping 2-3 episodes a week.
Is it going on right now?
Yeah.
Oh, during the off season?
Well, this is on season.
I'm talking about during the off season of basketball and football.
Is motorsports going?
Yeah,
it is.
That's your plug right there. That's your plug right there.
But it's also too much for me to watch.
Okay, all right, respect.
Summertime, I'm in the streets.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm catching highlights on my phone. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't really sit down watching it like that. But,
yeah, for sure.
But no, I get what you're saying. So
I just had to throw it out there, bro. You know, I'm a throw it out there.
I know.
Yeah.
So talk to me about your guests, man. How you find your guests?
Oh yeah, for sure, man. So I'm gonna tell you the number one thing, bro. So I learned this the hard way. At first, I was like, anybody that had something to say, come on. And I ain't disrespecting nobody that may feel like they have something to say or don't. But I realized at the beginning, I just wanted to have conversation with people so bad. I don't think I was giving a lot of good angles or value to the people listening. And why I say that is a lot of the times at the beginning, how I went about going, my guest was like, oh, I got something to say, bro. Put me on. All right, cool. Come on, let's go. I got something to say. All right, bro. Come on. Now, I think it's more so, this going to sound bad, but it's the truth. You got to have something going. Not podcast-wise, but like what you do. Like, you don't have to be a talker. You don't have to be a podcaster. But like, say you're an educator, but you really in that bag and you really about that. Like, come on. Let's do it. Because what you'll realize is at the beginning, I had a lot of guests. That were dope to talk to. But after that episode, I ain't see them no more visibly on social media or even doing what they were promoting or what they were talking about. So now how I go about my guests, man, I got 3 categories, man. Wellness, culture, and relationships. Relationships from the standpoint of professional, like so psychologists, relationship coaches, things of that nature. And man, honestly, bro, like if I want to rock with you and I see what you're doing and I know I can tell that you're really consistent in your field, I just reach out. You know what I mean? Because anybody that has a piece of information that can help, I try to get them on. You know what I mean? But I think it becomes a thing of people not understanding the power they possess. Like even what we was rapping about before the cameras came on, like, bro, you could go exit out the podcast and have a whole conversation on that and bring value to a whole nother world that don't nobody else know that. You know what I'm saying? So like, I try to go about my guests by like, what are they doing? Do I rock with it? And would it move culture forward? Because right now we stuck on culture. We say culture too much, bro. We be like, oh, for the culture, culture. But if I ask you what it is, I'm going to say one thing. You're going to say one thing. So me, for my platform and how I get guests is people that if you listen to all 100 and something episodes, you be like, oh, like this is what they're about. This is what they're moving towards. So that's how I go about it. I'm open to artists. I even do music artists. Your music got to be good though. Like I ain't just promoing, bro. Like it got to be good. And I like Gen Z artists, bro. They the best to interview.
Boy, you got these you really got them ages and these, you got them really like locked in like that. Cause I know you say 20.
For sure.
I was like, damn, you know the ages.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
I'm 38. What am I? Am I a boomer?
No, you a millennial.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, you a millennial. I'm gonna tell you why, bro. You know the craziest thing, being in education. Some of my former students, when I used to teach them, they let me know how Gen Zers think, but I didn't know that they was letting me know how Gen Zers think. So when they graduated and the stuff they saying is coming to light, I be like, dang, bro, like that's how y'all feel. But like their mind they're the best people to interview. They don't have
no fear.
No, and they're not stuck in one way of thinking. Like they'll tell you everything they're thinking, but it's not, you can't link it back to a certain tradition. Usually if you talk to a millennial or a boomer, like you can see where that tradition come from. Then they just free-minded. Like if they had an experience at 6, no matter who it's from, like, bro, some of them don't believe in racism. I'm not saying it's not true, but like if their experience haven't told them this is racist, then they not gonna feel like that. And I'm using that to say like you get a very objective response from them. And believe it or not, bro, they gonna be the ones ruling the world in about 20 years. So you better get with them and see what they're trying to say. So to get back to the question, I use that as the platform, the way to get guests on the platform, the way to get them to talk. Have something going, having something that you think brings value to the culture, and we pushing it forward.
So let me throw you a curveball.
What's up?
Do you pay attention to how big or small their social media presence is?
Nah, not really. Because the way sometimes, so I'm a very transparent moment. I used to a lot, but then you realize that shit fluff. Like you'll pay attention to that, and you realize their business or what they do is that. It's not really what they're promoting. It's them trying to have that presence. So when you really break it down and y'all having conversations, you're like, bro, hold on. Like, I get your presence big, but like you don't even know the information based off what you're promoting. So I realized a lot of people that want big presence, like want a big presence on social media, that's their business. You know what I mean? So I used to. Now it's all about if you have something to say, will it help my platform? Will it help you? And then I go from there, because I hate to say this, but like social media is a tool, but it ain't real, bro. Like if I was to, I can send a text or an email out 20 ways right now. Never touch IG, never touch Facebook, and have at least 5 to 6 guests come out of those 20 without, just from relationships. It's not even that. And then, I ain't know if we going down this bag, but like, I control my social media. So if I get your information and we rap and we have something, we're talking about something, I can use that to further what I'm doing if you're not doing what you're supposed to do. That make sense?
No, I understand.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Yeah, I want to hear what you.
in the beginning, absolutely. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, how many followers you got? Cause I'm trying to grow something over here. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
But I've had someone on here who has 50,000 plus followers.
Yeah.
I've had someone who don't have a social media at all.
Yeah.
It still was a good conversation, but it was like I had one person on here, and that person had a really big following, still does. And the person didn't share nothing. I was like, bro, share it, dog.
Yeah.
Share it. So it's like I didn't want to really press the flesh, but I'm like, damn, bro, you couldn't just tap that joint one time.
Yeah.
I probably put about 10 clips up.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, I work hard on them
It's
clips,
crazy.
man. You could just,
Yeah,
and then I had someone who
It's crazy.
small follower, man. They was look
Out the
it-
wazoo.
it's my most watched YouTube. And this is when it was raw, like full body, one camera, and we was talking just all over the place, all the time. It was like 2 hours long.
Yeah.
Still share it to this day. That was like, this is when I wasn't even over 100. I wasn't even over 50 episodes. I think I was like maybe 60.
Yeah.
Between 40 and 60 episodes. Still shares it.
For sure.
My most viewed joint. So I did have someone recently who had reached out based on one of my contractors. I'm a builder manager. So one of my contractors, he, watched, listened to my stuff. He had passed it on to a gentleman. And the gentleman didn't have no social media. He kind of was just out there a little bit. And I was
Giving
like,
that game,
I was like, damn, bro, like what we gonna talk about though? You know what I'm saying? So I just felt like we couldn't really lock in what we was gonna talk about. So I was like, yeah, we're not gonna do it.
Oh, I thought he had some. I thought he ain't had no social media. But let me ask this though: how do you go about vetting your guest or getting guests on?
It depends, man. Like when I first started, it was easy, but I tell you the one issue I ran into is when I slowed down on the guests is when you do interviews back to back to back to back to back, and then you had that one time where you don't have nobody. Just imagine you do 6 interviews.
Oh yeah,
and then you just got to come on and do something by yourself. You're gonna be like,
what?
You're gonna forget.
Yeah.
How you used to do it.
Yeah.
Or your audience is gonna be so locked in on you having a guest, and then when you go do it by yourself, they're gonna be like,
Yeah.
So I try to, be in between with it, but I also try to start separating, my content. Hey, look, this is my sports related category. This is my trending topic. This is my interviews, and this is just the full episode.
Yeah.
So you can get in where you fit in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it can get complicated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sometimes it take you a little bit to kind of lock back in, but then, when you lock in, you for so long, and you get a guest, man, I got to come here, I got to clean the whole room up. I was like, damn, I ain't had a guest in a minute. I had to clean everything up. You know what I mean? Make sure shit was straight. I'm testing both mics. I'm making sure shit printed out. I'm making sure you're comfortable. Like, when I was having them guests coming in, I wasn't even paying attention to none of that shit, even though I was still doing it.
Yeah.
So I guess you just got to be able to switch it back.
Yeah, for sure. So how do you feel about, this is hard for me still now sometimes, when you got carried at all, like which way, perfect world, do you prefer?
What do you mean?
Guests all the time, collabs all the time, guests a little bit, by yourself a little bit?
It's got to be both. Even if
perfect world, like if it didn't matter, would you still do both, or would you just?
I would still do both.
Yeah.
Because I feel like regardless of how many guests you have, no matter how big those interviews are, you still have to always establish your personality.
Yeah,
who
for
you
sure.
are. This is my shit, so you're going to listen to me just for the day.
Yeah,
you know
for
what
sure.
I'm saying? So I think you always have to establish that. So I think that's good that you can do both. Now, I think the caveat is you don't have to do it that long.
Yeah.
So if an interview is, we 23 minutes in.
Yeah.
I would have been done at 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, that's about all you need. You don't need that much.
That's how I am. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, when you're doing an interview, like we question 3 of 12.
Yeah.
So we still got plenty more to get dirty. But you know, in that aspect, I think it's a good a caveat. Plus, man, you know, scheduling the guests, you know, having to cancel, having to, you know,
that's what it be, bro. Yeah,
you know, accommodations and all that. Sometimes it's really not worth the headache.
Yeah,
man.
yeah, for sure.
So, speaking of audience, man, talk to me about audience engagement.
Yo, so at first I used to get on Anchor. I don't, you know, Spotify for podcasters now.
Yeah.
But on Anchor, you know the little voice messages. I used to get hella voice messages, bro, and I used to go back and forth that way. Now, bro, I at people. So free game. If you really want to debate, you can like at people in your story and slide their names off where you know you wouldn't see who, but they'll send it to them. So now, bro, I'm big on like, oh, you know what? I ain't seen this couple followers in a while. What y'all think about this? And shoot it that way. I think with crowd engagement, man, you got to find a way for people to relate to everything you're talking about. That's why I don't always stay on. I hate relationships, bro. Like, not in real life talking about them. Because it's too divisive now. It ain't no common ground that people trying to get to. So, like, with engagement, man, polls are really big for me in my Instagram stories. DMs are really big. I also have a part on my link tree where people can message me scenarios. Like tomorrow night's live episode is going to have 3 scenarios from listeners. Like they really typed up like, hey man, I need the Monday Night Crew opinion on this. Boom. So it's just like, it's kind of like I use the social part of my life. Like when we were younger, you had to call people's house, knock on doors. Like I do that, but virtually. Like I'm going to DM you like, hey bro, what you think about this? If we have any type of relationship, I'm not going to let it down. I'm like, hey, man, what you think? That's crazy. What you think about this? People I work with, things of that nature. So DMs, polls, and then honestly, bro, it just picked up. People been having a lot to say. So, and having the Monday Night Crew, they debate a lot. So it'd be easy to have a conversation. And we're terrible in our group chat.
Bro, you know, that's probably the most recent thing I done picked up.
What?
Is engaging with my audience.
Oh, yeah.
I was so terrible at that.
Yeah.
So terrible. So I have a social media, I have a marketing consultant, good friend of the family. And she's doing a case study on me. So she hooked me up. And she said, let me ask you a question. I just give you an example. So when Bradley Bill, you know, I'm loyal to the soil. Any team that's here, that's my team. So when Bradley Bill got traded, it is what it is. That's why I got all these grades.
Yeah, that's a hard life, bro.
So when Bradley Bill got traded to Phoenix, everybody was in uproar. Man, he just got paid and he got traded. And I was like, bro, he been on the team 10 years. If you want to leave, he can leave. Yeah. And she told me, she says, okay, you made a post about that. Did you go to pretty much all of these other sports platforms, ESPN, NBA, that you follow, and did you put your opinion that you said in the comments, or did you go in there and debate with somebody? She's like, why not?
Yep.
She said that's engagement. So I just started doing that. She was like, your hashtags.
Yeah.
She's like, she's like, forget all that hashtag Captain's Law Podcast. She's like, hashtag what you are talking about.
Yeah, facts.
To the T. She's like, don't put none of that shit in there.
Yeah.
And just from there, skyrocket. 1,000% engagement from non-followers and type shit like that.
Yeah.
So,
do they convert to followers?
Some.
Yeah.
It's a slow road, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but but it's like, that was something that I realized from the beginning.
Yeah.
Slow road.
For sure.
Listen. If you think you're going to get on here, and if you talking about you're a regular person walking off the street, you ain't no celebrity, you ain't no athlete, you ain't used to be on the radio or nothing like that. If you are a regular person on the street, you are not about to come on into the podcast game
not at all.
And be in the top 1% in the first month, 2 months, or year.
Unless you're that little white girl.
Unless you the little white girl.
You know what I'm talking about?
The one that had Drake on
there.
I keep asking, I'm like, how is she? I went to her page, I was like, who is she?
Bruh. But did you see her lineup? Drake, Mark Cuban, Lil Yachty.
Yachty on there.
I'm like, my bad. First 4 episodes with them 3. Okay, go ahead, bro. You got
She's somebody. Look. She gonna give up the T one.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
But can I say something to that? What you saying?
Go ahead.
Really quickly. Also to that same thing, I just put out a day, bro. Like Thursday nights, I be with the shits. I just go around doing all the back commenting to everybody. I pick about 30 minutes and I don't do nothing but respond to all the different.
Really?
Man, got to. I'm going to tell you the craziest part. Somebody told me, like, bro, I watch you every week, but y'all never hit me back. But what happened was he was in the request DM and I didn't know. So this was about maybe 6 months ago. And when he said it, when I finally saw it, I felt bad. I like, Dad, bro, I'm not even that. You know, I definitely, you support and I want to hit you back. But it made me realize, like, this is going to seem so non-genuine, but it's a part of the game. Like, I had to pick a day. Thursday nights, 8:30 after the babies go to sleep, an hour. I just backtrack all comments, all conversations, and I go there even if it's a week old. I still go. That's a good perspective, but because I think people care way more than we think they do. So that's why I do that though. That's the last thing on that though.
Yeah, bro. I mean, and that's just another thing just to add to the game.
Yeah.
Like that's just another thing to add to the long list of things that we have to do as podcasters.
Facts.
You know, take that time to go back for engagement. I be having to have reminders.
Yeah.
I set reminders in my phone. I got a reminder that I get every morning at 8 a.m. And it says, this is a reminder that you podcast for you in all caps.
Yep, that's real.
I had to start that because it'd be them days when I'd be like, man, fuck, I got to edit.
Yeah.
And then I'd be like, ding. I'm like, you right.
Yeah.
Let me get some coffee and let's get to it.
Yeah, for sure.
So let's talk about just moments you had on your podcast. Tell me about when you had a really like memorable moment or an impactful story that happened on your podcast.
For sure. It's not a specific story, but it was a time period. So excluding the Monday night crew, before the Monday night crew, I used to have a co-host, and COVID had just hit. I was going from shooting by myself, shooting with a co-host, and then one day we was like, "Hey, bro, let's do Friday night." This, COVID, everybody in the house. So again, a lot of times during that time, you could either really grow your audience or stay the same, or you could lose a lot of people because a lot of other people. Man, so we would shoot Friday nights at 9:30 live on Facebook. We would record the pod and shoot live, bro, for at least 4 months from June, I want to say July 2020 to maybe November 2020. The level of people commenting in these lives, like, bro, we was averaging like 75 to 120 on the live every Friday night. So the stories would be crazy because people would we'll go shoot, start talking about something like me and you doing right here, and then you get a long list, and we got to pause, and people telling they baby mother business, they baby father business, what you think about this, and people, and you like, yo, like, don't put them in here. And I use that to say, like, that was probably one of the most pivotal times in the podcast world for me because I didn't know nothing. I never did a live thing. Actual crowd engagement while you doing it was crazy. But man, it's been so many times people just be saying all their business, and I'm like, oh, bro, like, don't put that out there. Like, man, don't go out there. So like, I got so many stories. I almost damn near don't have one. But I would say that time period, bro, it was really engaging. A lot of people tapping in with me and me and Mike at the time, man. It was fun.
What you think is your most impactful platform that you post your stuff on? Best and worst. Or most and least.
Damn. Least, definitely, I'm going to say TikTok. I feel like TikTok cool, but the demographic there is a lot of Gen Zers. It's a lot of us, but the Gen Zers run that. I got to do better on that part, but I think the most impactful is, honestly, I'm going to say IG and Facebook. It's really just my audio. I get so many emails from audio, it's insane, bro. But IG and Facebook, those joints be crazy. And the crazy part is people DM me. They will not comment on a post, bro, but DM me every post I put, bro. I be like, you know what I'm saying? I be like, yo, your opinion, put it out there. You don't know somebody feel the same, but it has to be IG and Facebook because I honestly got to say that's where I put the most work in at. I'll miss TikTok a couple of times before I miss IG and Facebook. And I think Facebook has the biggest range of my followers, like people from all the way from high school all the way to now. But IG, man, and that's where I pour the most energy into. So I definitely say IG, reels.
You know the only thing you need to do on TikTok?
What?
You need to take more of the screen.
You saying with the actual video?
That's all it is.
So you would erase the words up top?
Bro, I don't even use captions no more. It was no benefit or it didn't hurt me. No. So you remember when we was offline, you were showing me the video.
Oh, the one with yeah.
And you had the horizontal video and you had that in the background.
Yeah.
That's what people are doing. They're not making vertical. I mean, vertical videos are still in, but you could do it that way. And I guarantee.
So the logo, all that, take it off.
No, you can still keep it on there. Just take up the space.
Got you.
They want you to take the whole video. That's why I try to take up as much screen as I can. Mm-hmm. I used to do the same thing.
Yeah.
And somebody pinged me, was like, bro, take the whole screen up. And then I started kind of looking into it, and I did some tests. Mm-hmm. That's all it is. Like you can literally leave it the same way you have it. Just put the little blur in the background.
So those words wouldn't mess with the blur up top?
We got to test it out.
Oh yeah. So what's yours? Is TikTok yours? What's your highest? What's your lowest? So, man, he's like, it's so many of them, bro. I don't even know.
I don't even post on Facebook. I stopped.
I don't post on Facebook my information, but I do post engaging conversations. Like, if you like this, tap in.
I used to. I don't do it because you know what? I felt like I was really pushing. I was pushing my stuff hard. You know what I'm saying? And it was just going on dead ears to the point where like I started looking at the friend list and Bama's was like unfriending me, and I was like, damn, bro, like I'm just pushing my business the fuck. You know what I mean? So I get the most engagement on TikTok, and what's crazy is my main audience for sports is teenagers.
Yeah. Oh, they committed to it. Gen Zers, bro. I'm telling you.
The teenagers and young adults be the main ones commenting on my sports stuff. Even on my regular personal
with opinions
TikTok.
or just like, with emoji.
Opinion. Well, usually the opinions are from people my age and up. But people who just putting fire or just liking it or saving it or sharing it, it's teenagers. I looked it up.
Them Gen Zers, boy.
Instagram is kind of like catching up with TikTok. YouTube Shorts is hit or miss.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm hitting, sometimes I'm not. I had one on that hit for about 5,000 views. I had one that hit for 3, and it was formatted exactly the same way.
Yeah.
So that's a hit or miss. I would love to break through on YouTube Shorts because that's what's going to get me to that 500.
Yeah.
But yeah, Facebook is. And I mean, I'm using Threads. I think the hype on Threads has kind of gone down a little bit. The only thing I would say Threads is missing is the Explore tab. Because if I want to go in there and look up something specifically, I can't do it.
I just feel like these new platforms like Thread or whatever, I like Thread. I'm going to tell you the thing I like about Threads. I like, outside of Twitter, I could just directly send it to my story to send it to my post. That is one of the biggest things.
Exactly.
But it's just like engagement-wise, it's like when I look through, maybe because they don't have an Explore tab, it's really the same people on all the other platforms with blue checks.
It's almost like you're forced to follow everybody.
Yeah.
You're forced to follow stuff that you wouldn't even follow if you want to stay up to date.
Yeah.
Because everything on my threads is everyone I follow on Instagram, you know, other podcasters, photographers, and sports stuff. I wouldn't know nothing going on in my neighborhood. I wouldn't know nothing going on the news. I wouldn't know no CNN. I wouldn't know any of that because I don't follow it. Now, I might see some other people that I know might be reposting it. But as far as the explore option or what's trending, that's what they're missing.
Yeah.
I mean, I will still pick Threads over Twitter any day because Twitter just be off the chain, man. You could just be scrolling one day and next thing you know, like, some broad getting ran through by like 5 dudes on there. I'm like, bro, like Twitter, they just let anything fly on that joint. So in that aspect, Threads is just the rated PG version of Twitter. I'll take it.
Hey, you say you go down the timeline, you see what, bro?
Yeah, like, bro, I was on the timeline. I was at work. I'm on a work computer. I was like, I'm looking. I'm like, oh. I got off when I was loading my phone. I was like, damn. 5 niggas on you, Slim. You going like that? Shorty a trooper, man.
How long was the video? How long you watch?
About 10 seconds. But look, I just had to make sure. I was like, all right. She doing what she supposed to do. I just had to make sure. I had to make sure she was safe. You know what I'm saying? For sure. You safe? You good? You know?
You ain't reported or nothing. Go ahead.
No, I ain't reported, man. All right, man. So let's get back into it.
Yeah,
so,
man.
I know you talk about collaborations a lot.
Oh, for sure.
Talk to me about the importance of collabing, man.
Bro, it's the only way to go. Like, you can, like you said, I like what you said earlier. Like, they need to hear your voice. They need to do that. But the biggest growth moment's always through collaboration. And what people don't realize is, if you have a co-host, it need to be collaboration. It don't need to be you and somebody that you're talking to. You know what I mean? Like, because, like, bro, I know I bring them up a lot, but they that integral in the growth process right now. The Monday Night Crew, it's 5 other co-hosts. Like, we started rapping and we started collaborating in our group chat. Honestly, our shows is just our group chat coming to life. You know what I mean? And people think of collaboration in the real structure sense, discipline. Nah, bro, collaboration like, yo, what you think about this? I would do this. I would do that. Or, you know, we interview people, but you got to do that to expand. Because even from the beginning, when you collaborate with others, you're exposing yourself to their audience, right? But the biggest thing is that you make relationships that, bro, I'm telling you, I know we're going to get into these things later, but it matters now. Like, all my podcast parties have been people I collaborated with. Like, hey.
I remember you told me.
Yeah, like, and it's the only way to grow. Like, that's like, let's take it out of podcasting. Look at jobs. most people that be sticking and moving at their jobs growing, like you done had relationships with people there. You done collab with people on projects and they know your name and they know how you move, they know how you go. So they like, oh shoot, I know somebody that does this. Or you collaborate with enough podcasts, you're like, hey bro, I know somebody that covers sports. Let me lock you in with, you know what I'm saying? Your name stay there and let the collaboration be good. And they be solid. You're going to forever be in talked about in a good way in order to get more. So collaboration is, you got to do it. Nothing we see on TV, nothing that's successful is just one person going at it. Even if at one point I had an intern behind the camera, but he would rap a lot. But that was him collabing. And that's why I got that sense from the Gen Z. He was a Gen Zer. And when we would be rapping, that collaboration between me and him on camera and off camera expanded my mind to how to talk to Gen Zers. So now if I shoot an episode by myself, I know how they think. I know what they like to talk about, how they like to be talked to. So it's like that collaboration is important too. So, bro, you got to do it. I love doing it. And it's fun, bro. Like, I'm not a dry person. I like talking trash, laughing, joking. That's why I got into this. So I think you got to do it. And it allows your personality to show. Okay.
So let me throw you a curveball.
What's up with it?
How important do you think it is to collaborate with other podcasters?
So I'm gonna be honest. I think it's important, but what you gotta be careful with, people be getting jealous. Like I've had somebody I've collaborated with over nothing. Like what people don't understand is you can't steal followers. You can't steal listeners, bro. Like if somebody really like what they listen to, they're gonna find a way to listen to it. So I like collaborating with other podcasters. One of the biggest reasons is they understand how to podcast. They understand how to talk. They understand how to collab. And also I think that's what the space is missing. How many podcast collectives do you see? You know what I'm saying? How many, even if you look at our area, how many people do you say like, hey, we all link up here on said day?
Shit, it ain't that many of us.
But even still.
Not that I know. I be looking.
Yeah, so besides the well-known ones,
I be looking for anybody. I just be wanting to know, like, well, how many podcasts are there in there?
It's a little pocket. It's a little pocket, but a lot of them, like that video on Twitter you was talking about, a lot of them like that. But I like collaborating with other podcasters, man. I just think, like, even when I collab with Mike, CEO Mikey, right? He was like, one of the biggest things, he's like, bro, a lot of people don't like to collab in this area, especially dudes. Like, they always ego tripping. And when we sat down and rap, he was like, nah, man, I appreciate that because a lot of dudes don't even rap, like reach out to be like, yo, let's collab. And podcasters, if they're good at it, are the best people to have a group setting with, bro. They know what they're doing, especially in different lanes.
Yeah, I reached out to Mikey.
Yeah.
When I got on his, I was like, bro, need a guest, man. Let me know.
Yeah.
Motherfucker hit me the next day. Was like, can you come Monday?
Yeah. He very solid. Yeah, solid, bro. Yeah.
And we had a good time, man. And it was, for me, man, it's always good to just a different perspective.
Yeah.
To see how I like to collab with other podcasters just so we can I like to talk shop.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, you doing your show, I'm doing my show.
Yeah.
What are you doing that your show is so good?
For
Let me tell you what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Let's trade them secrets.
Yeah, for
you
sure.
know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, there's enough monetization and all that for anybody. I don't think, I would never, even if I told you something and you went and did it, your shit blew up and mine was just, okay, you was going to find out regardless.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So I hate to use the word gatekeep. I feel like it's getting used too much right now.
Yeah.
But like, I think it's important, and I feel like that's just me kind of giving back.
Yeah.
To the community, or like whenever I talk to people who are aspiring podcasters, I say, look, make sure you got do.
Yep.
Because everybody be like, oh, I need somebody. Like, nah, you got your phone. Just use your phone. I always tell people, use your phone. Get you some earphones,
bro. That's what
I say. Just do audio. Don't do the video.
Yeah.
Just do audio. Figure it out. Once you can fluently do audio, do video. I was like, why would you go and do all this shit from jump if you don't even like being in front of the camera?
Yeah.
You don't know how to edit.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah,
just keep the raw audio and just go from there. So I mean, I think it's all important, but I especially think it's important to collab with other podcasts. Even if y'all not making episodes together, just had that talk. I got another guy, call himself Mr. PG. He reached out to me, and I had linked up with him. We were down at the harbor, and there's another podcast that is called the TD Report, and they were doing a live broadcast at a bar.
Oh, that's
they
what's
had
up.
the area closed off.
Yeah.
And they was talking, doing their thing. And I said, it was pretty sweet.
I
was just watching their setup, watching how they was doing it. Because, you know, everybody do something different. I don't know
Yeah.
anybody that does it the same as anybody.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And again, man, I just think you just learning from each other, man.
Yeah.
So, you know, anybody want to collab, man, anybody want to link up and talk shop, man.
For sure.
You know, I'm with it. You know what I mean?
sure.
We should, I think that should be like a once a year thing, man. Hey,
Yeah.
you know, they do like podcast conferences
Yeah.
all over the country. I said I want to go to them
I'm
shits
going
one
next
day.
year.
I don't know why I would go. I think I would just go just to be there. I don't think I would really get nothing from it.
Yeah.
But outside of maybe just shaking some hands with some folks, but as far as learning anything, I mean, outside of monetizing, I mean, I'm not saying I can't learn anything else, but
And
I think I'd just be more so going for the experience.
Me too, and meeting people. And I'll say something to what you said. This is what I realized, man, probably about a year ago. People be, quote unquote, gatekeeping, but this is what I realized. You know, everybody be like, oh, you the difference maker, da-da-da. That's true. Everybody has the special ingredients, right? The reason why I don't mind sharing is like, you'll realize after a time in life, not only in podcasting, say if grandma makes a killer peach cobbler and she got a secret ingredients, you still got to put all the other shit that makes something bake, the regular smuggler, day-to-day sugar, bake, you know what I'm saying? All that stuff. And a lot of people don't realize me giving you game doesn't change you. So if you have your special ingredients, but you ain't willing to do the other stuff, the editing, the cameras, the talking, the equipment, the research, it's not going to matter. And I don't mean that in a malicious way. I'm realizing like a lot of people be wanting to just have information for no reason. They're like, oh, bro, like, I'm going to tell you, bro, and I mean this. I'm sorry. Like, bro, if you ain't going to use it, don't talk to me. Like, because I don't want to waste my time. Like I'll tell you, like, hey, bro, I got 10 minutes for you. Ask away, but I'm not going to be in there no 30, 40 minutes because the only difference between where we're at and where we're trying to go is really, like, what we're already doing. We just don't, most people just don't believe it already. But, like, bro, yeah, I'm not about to talk to you for a whole hour. Like, yeah, man, I quit that joint last week.
I done that too, man. It's depending on the person it break your heart a little bit. Like, damn, bro, like I thought you said you was good.
Yeah.
Or, you know, time or, you know, just life hit. But
Yeah.
when somebody just tell me they just stopped doing it just because shit wasn't, you know, it wasn't looking the way they wanted to look, I'm like, damn, you just quit, bro.
Yeah, you can't do that, bro.
Don't quit.
Yeah,
bro.
nah,
you know,
switch it up.
You had a definite family or something. I get it. Your job changed, but you just quit because you just felt like you was talking to yourself.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You can't do that, man.
Yeah, nah.
No, that's good though, man. So I know you've already spoken to Monday Night Crew. What else can you tell me?
Yeah.
What else can you tell me about the Monday Night Crew? Like, first and foremost, what is that? 6 of y'all? 5 or 6 of y'all?
6 of us. Yeah.
How did he even keep that? Like,
Yeah.
How do you even keep that together, bro?
I'm gonna get so. First of all, major salute, Jay, Lewis, Asia, Princess, Brittany. Appreciate
Let's
y'all.
get a clap for them. Let's get a clap for the Monday Night Crew.
For sure. Man, so honestly, bro. So back when I had a co-host, it's crazy how it came together. So me, Lewis, and Jay have known each other since college. Me and Jay, that's my guy. We doing Last Name Loyalty together on another segment coming out on the podcast. But we've been locked in. So this is how it started. Me, when I had a co-host, Asia and Brittany reached out to us like, hey man, we really love what y'all doing. Let's collab on something. This was 2020. Y'all wouldn't mind coming through speaking about this, that, and the third, because me and my co-host at the time, we both were married, kids, wanted to be married. It's the difference between married and wanting to be married. We was both married, wanted to be married, had kids, careers, da-da-da. So we jumped on their podcast and we rapped and we got off. I was like, y'all, man, dang. Y'all really are like y'all are when we watch the shows. Y'all really cool. And we was like, yeah, for sure. If you ever want to collab in the future, let us know. This was like maybe August 2020. And on the way at the end of the show, at the end of the year, we did a 2020 closeout episode.
Okay.
And we was like, hey, bro, let's just reach back out to them and see if they want to do it. And they was like, oh, yeah, like, definitely, man. We loved y'all vibe. Y'all was very authentic, da-da-da. Like, come on, we'll do it. So, still got a co-host at the time. We did that. Asia and Brittany killed it. Jay came on, too. So, that's 4. Me, Asia, Brittany, and Jay are the same thing. And then right then, it kind of died. It was like, we did that. It was cool. We just supported each other from afar, da-da-da. And then my co-host had to step away in November of 2021. November of 2021. And what happened in November of 2021, he had to step away, whatever. So I text Lewis and Jay, because those my guys. I was like, hey, bro, can y'all hop on Zoom with me? It's literally how I started. I was like, hey, bro, can y'all hop on Zoom with me? I know y'all know each other. Let's get up here and rap. I don't want the podcast to die down. I ain't got the time to record in person. Let's get on Zoom. They hopped on. the response from that was crazy. And the only difference was we had time together. We knew each other when we was 19, young, wild, college. So that stuck. And I was like, bro, we need a female perspective. And Princess, I went to high school with, but we were cool in high school. We knew each other, but I didn't really know her. Yeah. And she has her own business in herbal health. So I was like, I interviewed her before. And I text her literally like, hey, Princess, I need you to come on, just rap. And it's all about relationships. She was like, okay, bet, let's do it. So we did a panel. I started switching out people. Then I hit Brittany and Asia. I was like, yo, man, I need y'all to come back. So now we had the first panel of the Monday night crew, but it wasn't the Monday night crew yet.
Okay.
We did that, and we kind of DM'd each other separately, like, yo, that was really good. Like, that was the best one since. I was about to have my second child. I was like, hey, look, y'all, I can't commit to every week, but I could do every other week. We started recording before then. Everybody else on the panel dwindled down. And I just kept texting them like, can y'all come back? Can y'all come back? They're like, yeah. There was no Monday night crew, no nothing. And my marketing plan was NFL just ended. Mm-hmm. So 9 o'clock on Monday is usually Monday Night Football. So the people and the guys that used to watch that, they could just come on over. So that was my idea behind it. And, bro, honestly, they locked in, man, and we just never stopped. And honestly, it's just communication. Everybody rock with each other, man. We don't be arguing about nothing. Nobody try to get out their lane. We all share content. We got group chats, man. We be talking. We everything you see us come in person. I mean, you see us on the show, do. It's like that behind the scenes. And then, like, me, Jay, and Lewis, like I said, known each other for 15 years now. Princess, I knew her in high school. I graduated in 2009. And Brittany and Asia just two dope women doing their thing, but they just super authentic, super who they are, very honest, and integrity is high, bro. Like, people have their own lives, people have their spouses, kids, and stuff like that, and that actually what makes us a good crew, because we have some people that's single, some people that's married, some people that's in, like, it's just a good combination. But man, just communication, and to be real, we want to do it. Like, that's what really keep it together. Like,
that's number one there.
All 6 of us want to do it. And then when I recently with the podcast party, I did one last year, and Brittany and Asia had hit me like, yo, we're gonna come through to the next one. I was like, man, y'all playing. And late 2022, when I had said, hey y'all, I'm doing it in May, so we're gonna come up there, and the whole crew was like, no, we all coming. And when we did that this past May, it was just like, oh yeah, like we definitely gotta. We got definitely keep rolling with this, bro. But that's where it came from, man. Salute to them. My platform would not be on the trajectory it's on without them.
Yeah, you got the logo and everything.
Yeah. Got to show love, bro. You got to show love. Yeah,
serious.
Yeah. It's deep, man. We got some good things cooking up for the coming year.
I think that's cool that, for that many people and y'all being able to really get everybody in this space on time, being able to lay it down consistently, bro. That's hard to do.
I appreciate
that many people. I had issues, we had issues when I had a co-host. It's just me and him. Mm-hmm. And we just life.
Yeah, for sure.
It was like, we're going to record at 7. Hey, we're going to do it at 8.
Yeah.
Or we're going to do it the next day, or we're just not doing it. I'm like, bro, like,
yeah.
Life, man, and then, so when I got hurt,
mm-hmm.
I had to get knee surgery. He had got hurt before me. He had a freak accident happen in the house. Mm-hmm. He had to get surgery on his hand. So we both was down.
Mm-hmm.
So all of this time, I think it was 2 months that we didn't record. And I was like, bro, can I get back in? I think that was at the point where I 110% thought about quitting.
Yeah,
because I was like, bro, I've been sitting here, I've been laid up, drugged up all day.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, do I still got it in me? And I had to hobble my ass down them steps. I was like, shit, if I can come down here to play the PlayStation in the other room, and I can come on in here and record. Sure. I was like, well, I'm telling myself that unless I'm never coming to the basement again, let's go ahead and get back on it, man. So.
Yeah, and let me say this about that too. That's the power in 6 of us, because all of us can't make it all the time, and it don't shut down the rest of it. And let me tell you, bro, I've never met so many direct people in this. Like, it's like, oh no, I'm not, like, I can't make that weekend. If we got travel plans, like, to the point, bro, and that's why you're gonna hear me say over and over, major salute to them. Like, to the point, we so with it, if somebody got a plan, we'll reconstruct our schedule to pre-record the episode or upload it on the day we supposed to. So I just wanted to say, it was harder for me with one person than it is with the 6 of us. Because if one person drop out, we all know that it's genuine. All right, do what you got to do. We'll hold it down. And we'll literally say, like, we ain't got such and such with us tonight. It's all good. Keep rolling with it, man. So that's been the power in numbers for me. And being super real, Looked up. You usually just don't find that.
No, that's why.
Yeah. I just looked up in the six
bro,
too. Like, yeah,
6?
yeah, and they locked it. And me and Jay got another segment with another one of Homeboys B-Dot coming out too. So it's just like, there's just a lot of good cohesiveness, but it took some time, bro. I don't know how much time you got on that story, but it took some time to get there.
So my thing is, all right, so one person can't make it. What's the minimum amount of people you got that you need to have in order to still go through? Could you be missing 2 and still go? Or it's like, let's just reschedule it?
So that's probably my mindset. All 5 of them gonna be going. I know how to podcast.
Well, I mean, to call
for that day,
for the Monday night segment, like.
I get what you're saying. I thought you meant like if they had to quit.
No. Just all right. Well, this week you got 2 that's not available. Are you still going to do it, or are you going to reschedule it?
I asked, like, would y'all is there a day we could pre-record before Monday? And then like so say if they tell me that on Thursday, right? Say if they tell me that on Thursday, like, hey, something popped up. Now, they just like one of my homeboys that's on the Monday, he travels a lot. So he's kind of a wild card if it's his travel day. But 2 gets to the point like, hey, y'all want to reschedule? And this is the thing, bro. Rescheduling ain't as bad as we think about it in our mind. Like, I don't know your specific drop day. It's Monday too, is it not? Tuesday. You go live on Monday?
No, I record. I usually edit Monday.
Oh, okay.
I started doing lives just based on.
Oh, okay. Got you. But so say if it's the day of and it's 2 or more. If it's 2, we just post check the group like y'all really, and it depends on which 2. You know what I mean? Like one time, Lewis and Jay, I'm putting y'all out there, left me with just me and the 3 girls. I'm like, bruh, I don't mind it though. I tell the girls like, y'all mind me just being the only perspective? They be like, oh yeah, come on. You know what I mean? But when I say we like family, damn near we like family. But yeah, 2.
Man, keep that shit. Look, keep that as tight as you can for as long as you can. It's very rare you see it.
We got some more. October 21st. If you're in the Raleigh area, Monday Night Crew come through the live podcast.
Speaking of live, you just rolled me right into it.
Yeah.
All right, so this will be your 3rd or 4th live podcast event?
Yeah, 4th.
So just walk me through that process, man. So when I came to your podcast event that was at what's that, Republic?
Yeah, Republic Garden. Yeah.
I'm looking at everything.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, what I'm going to, because I think I've been to 4 podcast events. I just came from that chick Angel and her husband Marcus.
Yeah, for sure. Kev on stage and his wife.
This just them 2.
But that's who you talking about though. They do the review on Married at First Sight.
Yep.
With them. Yeah.
I think it's called This Might Cause an Argument podcast.
Got you.
They did a live event at Union Stage in Southwest.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Union Stage got tightened up, though. I guess they wasn't expecting as many people who was there standing up. I'm like, could we get some seats or we leaving?
Yeah.
But overall, the presentation, what they were doing, to me, it was like a podcast. It was comedy. Yeah. And this just was a lot of energy. So it was a big salute from them. I had already kind of knew how it was going to go because I had seen, they were making stories
for sure
of previous cities they were in.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of had an idea, but the person she is online is the person she is. But her husband had surprised me because, he kind of make it seem like he don't really be saying nothing.
Oh,
he got a big personality.
Yeah.
He compliments her well.
Yeah.
So they did that pretty good. But walk me through, first of all, tell me, like, when did you get the idea to say, I want to do a live podcast show? And then just walk me through the process of getting that rolling.
For sure. So the way I actually went video, back to collaboration, me and Jay, he's a DJ as well. We were in Raleigh, and I was home for the holiday in 2020, at the end of 2020. And what happened was, I was like, bro, like, we got to switch this up. I was only doing audio. I'm like, man, we got to get a couple of people in here. Let's get some people around us, 4 or 5, no audience, no nothing. I need you to DJ when they come in, so it warms. DJ and alcohol, unfortunately, music and alcohol loosens people up. Mm-hmm. So I was like, hey man, you DJ a little bit, we'll get a little mimosas flowing, let's play a little game, and then we'll go into a pod. I salute to my dad. He let me get the conference room in his business building. He's like, yeah man, do it. So I had about 4 or 5. If you go back to my YouTube, it's the first video up there. We did it. I'm a really big fan of starting small and building. So it was just me, Jay, my homeboy B-Dot, my little brother recording, and 5 panelists, all people I could text. No promo, no, hey, podcast party, but I counted as one because the idea. So sent them, it went through really well. Crazy response. And I was like, hey, bro, a lot of people said they would want to come to the next one. So fast forward a year, shout out to DJ Marcusell, the co-host that I was with, similar to the setup here. Co-host I was with, it's like, hey, bro, let's throw a podcast party here. Marcusell will come through a spin. It'll be people around us that we know. But let's get a good individuals in the room, like maybe 15, 20 people in the room. Let's get them here, vibe out. We're going to call it a whole brunch of podcasts. We're going to have brunch. We're going to turn up, and then we're going to talk. We did that. It's like episode 104 podcast. It's called Podcast Party. Then the one in May, last May, talking to DJ Marcusell, co-host stepped away. I was like, hey, bro, we done through events. I was like, we can do this. And I think our engagement and what we talk about and the way we talk about it could be heard. And, man, I just honestly jumped out there. Like, the biggest thing about the podcast party that I think gets misconstrued, a lot of live shows is like, yeah, you can go to the bar, you can get a drink, you can do all that. But we gonna party before we podcast. You know what I mean? We're gonna have the music. We're gonna have, like at the last one, they had the drummer there. We're gonna do those things before it goes. And that's where the idea came from. Just really, I like to party myself, so I was like, let's put them together. But the process of them is, man, I would tell anybody that wants to do a live show is the biggest thing is know what you want people to get out of it. One of the biggest things from May that I love, and it's happened every time, when it was time to go, and I checked the room, I was like, damn, man, we wanted to keep going. When you get that, you know the conversation, because that's what it's about. The conversation is there. Some people don't like to drink. Some people don't like to party, so you can't judge it off that. But when you do, they came for the podcast, and you do that podcast part, that's what it's for. But the process for me is more like, get your venue together. I already got a DJ. And honestly, the panels are more about diversity. I try to look at what people do in their professions, what they do on their podcasts. Have I worked with them for? There's a couple people that stand in pieces that always do that. And honestly, bro, promote. Put it out there. Yo, got 3 panel spots. I need 2 men and a girl. I need 2 girls. And people will come. And the number one thing you can always have with that type of collaboration is people that want to do it. That don't always happen. And then honestly, bro, it's been cohesion from there. You got to learn the marketing game too. Got to learn the marketing game. But that's really the process, man. That's where the idea came from. We doing it annually now. So we doing one in North Carolina in October. For the first one, Raleigh, North Carolina, we doing a podcast party there. And then next May, we'll be right back here in the DMV doing another podcast party, man. And they've been good for the platform, for people to come in and enjoy themselves. But I feel like, did I get your question on the process? Yeah. I feel like it's been and the Monday Night Crew changed that game. When they came through, they was already with it. But when they flew, like one of them in Charlotte, North Carolina, 2 in Miami, 1 in Raleigh, North Carolina, 1 in Greensboro, North Carolina. Like they came through. My homeboy B-Dot, who's on Last Name Loyalty, came through too. So like when you got those type of people behind you like that, because I get that, I started Millennials vs. the World, but like the way they behind me on like ideas and execution, like you can't not do something with that. You know what I mean? So
that's big support.
Yeah, for sure. That's why I'm forever grateful for them, forever indebted. But we're doing one in October and Raleigh, North Carolina, and then we coming right back to the DMV next May to throw another.
It's gonna be every May.
Every May.
Same place.
Nah. We going. The thing about venues that's funny, man, and I'm gonna be very transparent. This year, I had the first real hiccup, and my first real hiccup is having people come, but they couldn't be where they wanted to be. So, like, there was a section that was where we were at, and there was a section where the bar was at. I had like 15 to 20 people trying to get from the bar to us, and it just literally wasn't able to happen. So back to what I said initially, it's all about people getting what they came for. These people came to see the live show, and I wasn't able to get that to them. So I think moving forward, I'm going to go more so where I see it going versus what's convenient, if that makes sense. No disrespect.
Probably
to
a more open.
Yeah.
It was a little narrow.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I was watching, I was like, damn, I get what you're trying to do, but it's like the tables, at this point, everybody want to sit down.
Yeah. And I don't want to run into those hiccups no more. But and that goes to the I ain't gonna say that on camera, but yeah, you're right. Yeah. But it's gonna be moving next year. It's gonna be more of a solidified spot. Like, oh, they doing it there every year.
Okay,
we're gonna go crazy next year.
Very good. All right, so let's turn the page. All right?
For sure.
So talk to me about personal growth, man. You've been podcasting for a couple of years.
For sure.
You a SME, you're a subject matter expert in the game.
For sure.
Talk to me about do you feel like, being in this field has helped you on the personal side?
Yeah, man. Yes. So the biggest thing that has helped me is through like meeting new people. Like I did a wellness project. Probably the biggest mind shift I had. I did a wellness project. Salute to Dr. Vivid, Dr. Johnson, Destiny, Britt, and Amber and Tori. And what the wellness project was about was like going to different avenues of wellness and getting information about how to, like, what they need to do. And these people were really like deep in their fields and giving true game about what to do. And I'm using that example because like all the things they were doing, I realized personally I was making better changes for myself. And I think the growth I have that I've learned is like mistakes are going to happen. It's always scarier getting a yes than it is a no. If I'm like, yo, bro, let's do such and such. As humans, we expect a no. Like, I ain't gonna do that for real. Then somebody like, oh yeah, bro, let's do it. It's like, oh shit. Now I gotta do what I gotta do. So the personal growth for me was really big, understanding that I'm capable, I'm deserving of it, and like learning that like you can learn from everybody. I've sitting with my little brother, 18 years old, 17 at the time, 18 years old. He rapped. I'm like, damn, bro, I never knew that. And he gave me a new perspective on something that when I walk out into the world, I don't look at it the same no more. I've talked to politicians, I've talked to therapists, I've talked to teachers, I've talked to real estate agents. I've talked to regular smuggler people that just been through different life experiences. You know what I mean? So for me personally, I've been able to take these experiences and kind of put them in my bag to learn from. You know what I'm saying? So over the last 5 years, and you ask my wife, man, it's made me creatively patient, learning that creativity you can't rush. You know what I mean? I've also learned that, this will sound bad, but it's true. People gonna be people. Like, if I had a bad experience before I came here, like with an interview process before I came here, I can't then go treat you like you did that to me.
Yeah.
I got to realize that person is that person, but oh man, the podcast world messed up. Nah, that was just them. They did that. That's not the past podcast world. That's not the industry. I learned to treat people at face value. You can do something now. I don't really agree with it. If you come back and we got to have a conversation and maybe try to do something else, I ain't gonna say I'm gonna full out trust you, but I understand people make mistakes now. Mm-hmm. And some people's mistakes can be bigger or smaller than other people's mistakes, but it taught me like you have to be critical when your mistakes affect other people. That has really taught me that, bro. I'll be on that forever. But that's some of the main personal growth points that I've made during this podcasting world.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
I know, but I feel like I got deep right there real quick, right?
Hey, look. That's what you hear. I brought you here so you can get deep on me. Pause.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, that's pause it. Let's pause it a little bit.
You ain't got a pause button up there?
No, I need to get that. Make that a boing or some shit. All right. So, let's get to the nitty gritty, man.
Yes, sir.
What's the best part about podcasting?
Man.
And what's the worst?
Yeah.
And what is your unpopular opinion about podcasting? Whichever one you want to give first.
Yeah. So I would say my best part is meeting people, collaborating with people, having a platform to hear. So let me backtrack. I didn't really say this at the beginning. I don't have really shared life experience with a lot of people my age. Like I was single parent household. My mother transitioned when I was 21. I got married at 23, moved away from my hometown right after college at 22. Not saying people don't do that, but the people I'm currently around usually like, I'm either the young dude in the room, the old dude in the room, not the person that like, oh, bro, okay, we can relate. That's just where it's been at based off life experience. Yeah. So the best part is being able to tap into the different perspectives. Like now I kind of feel like a nomad in the sense of like I can go in any world and be cool with whatever the environment is, meaning like, oh, we can go out, I can step into a podcast, say if the co-hosts are 50. I can learn something because my mentor was 50 when we started out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So the best part is learning from others, collaborating with others, growing with others. The worst part, man, honestly, bro, is like, this gonna sound so crazy.
No, it's not.
Because it ain't really like what other people think it is and what other people don't know that they try to put on me. I hate that.
As far as what?
Like people try to tell me what to do, but you ain't doing nothing.
Oh, on your podcast.
Yeah, so it's like, hey, bro, you should talk about this. Show me where you talk about something
suggestions.
But I don't have a problem with suggestions. What I have a problem with is when you say, hey, bro, like, you should talk about this. I'm like, okay, all right. Hey, bro, you should do this. Hey, bro, if I was you, I would. Then I'm going to have to say, hey, brother, can you show me some of your expertise and where you know that this stuff works? Like, I don't mind suggestions, but sense tells you I got to see somewhere where that worked a little bit in order for me to just be like, with my whole brand and my whole name, jump out there. Hey, bro, talk about this. And then I mess around, talk about it, and then get canceled, if that's a thing. You know what I'm saying? But the worst part, bro, I really don't pay attention to the noise. I can't even remember earlier today when you was about to say save that for later. When I was about to say unpopular opinion.
Unpopular opinion?
Yeah. Do you remember? What was I about to say? Do you remember?
You didn't say nothing yet. I haven't.
Let's hear yours and then maybe it come to me, bro. Because I don't really have the unpopular opinion that's saturated. I don't believe it.
Well, my unpopular opinion about podcasting is a lot of people think that it's easy.
Oh yeah, no, it's not.
They think it's easy.
Oh
man.
no,
they think you could just sit down. I think a lot of people don't really understand what it takes. A lot of people don't understand like how much of your life you got it. This is a second job.
Yeah. What makes you feel like they don't understand it?
This is more so for a lot of people who are just coming into it.
Oh,
they don't
got
really,
you.
They don't really understand that it's uphill road, or like when you need a break.
Yeah.
And it's like, damn, bro, you ain't putting nothing out.
You know what it takes.
Like, bro, I didn't put 60 episodes out straight. I need a break. You know what I'm saying? Taking a break was something that I said I would never do in the beginning. I was like, I don't need no break. You just gotta keep going. No, sir. Because you know what happened? You don't take no break. You're just putting out fluff.
Yeah.
You don't have no time to recharge.
Yeah.
You just putting it out. You on here rubbing your eyes the whole time. You got a Red Bull or something. If you ever see a Red Bull in the camera, I probably shouldn't have recorded.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I never have to do that. I'm just naturally energetic when I step in front of the mic.
Yeah.
So I just think not just really realizing like how much of a student of the game you have to be to be successful.
How far? I wholeheartedly agree. How far do you think that leap is from from being a student of the game, understanding podcasting, to becoming a quote unquote successful podcaster, to people that just think it's easy? How big do you think that leap is when you just come in thinking it's cool versus when you come in and you study the game and you learn it, you learn marketing, you learn how to talk, you learn what goes, what don't go? Like, how much of a game changer does a person that come in with that frame of mind could get just as far as a person that comes in that does the research? I'm asking. I'm just.
If you're not in it, if you're not in it, you're gonna be stuck. You have to constantly study. You gotta study this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If your topics are your topics, you gotta know.
Yeah.
Because if I'm just doing sports, I'm getting all the wizards and I think that I'm doing a lot of thinking.
Yeah.
But I don't have no information. I'm just talking.
Yeah, for sure.
So you have to constantly stay up on what you're talking about.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? If you big on equipment, you got to constantly be up on equipment.
For sure.
You got to know what you're using.
Yeah.
You know, because the moment you don't know that, they gonna be in them comments like, bro, what you talking about?
Yep.
What you mean? He averaged this amount of points.
Yeah,
what you talking
buddy.
about? This happened last year. Did you read that? I've been fact checked.
Yeah.
I had somebody fact. It don't feel good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, damn, I got to be on my shit when I get on here, man. So you just have to just knowing that learning is continuous.
Yeah, for sure.
I would say that. That's the biggest thing. Like, if you're gonna, that's with anything.
I know. Okay.
Learning is continuous, and the moment that you just think that because of who you are in your community that you can just put some bullshit out, you're not gonna last long.
For sure. I got it now. Worst part. The quick culture of it. Like, you shoot an hour. I'm pretty sure we on hour something, 50 minutes, whatever we on,
12
right?
12 minutes.
Yeah. The thing, in order for that, you have to go and then think after you edit it, what clips would be best to listen to, because people won't sit down and listen to information. The clout aspect, you got to do certain things so they think in order for it to get to a certain crowd. I hate that. Now, I hate that part of it, because there's a lot of times where, bro, this is going to be crazy. I've created 10 clips and it's only 5 minutes worth of content. So that idea that we got to always short circuit the market, or like everything got to be quick like that in podcasting, you got to talk about everything the next day, that doesn't devalue what you're saying. You know what I mean? I know this is a question later on. The other reason why I hate it, that's only a certain group of people. There are people that sit down and listen to stuff if it's good. Everybody is not informative. Some people like to be entertained. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate that part of it when people, I'm gonna shoot an hour, 40-minute episode. Then I gotta go through 40 minutes and clip what I think is best. What the fuck was the point of doing the 40 minutes? I could just do 10 1-minute clips of what, you know what I'm saying? I do hate that part, but you do gotta do it. Because that's how some people receive information back to you, saying you got to study the game and know how to do it. And even with the TikTok thing earlier, that's game that you had to realize that somebody had to be like, hey, bro, no, you need to do this.
Yeah. Honestly, I would say the worst for me is editing.
For real?
Oh, my God.
Bro, I ain't going to say I love it, but
I hate editing, bro.
I outsource, so I can't even say that. You're right.
How much you pay your editor? Just ballpark, if you don't mind me asking.
Man.
Ballpark.
So I just recently started doing it, so nothing. Can I say something for real, though? Can I be really real, bro?
Go ahead.
So, because the way I deliver it to them isn't really. See, going in, sorting the files, this clip 1, clip 2, angle 1, angle 2, I eliminate all that. I do that and send it to them. But I also got a team full of people, bro. I'm just going to be very honest, who are with it. Like, I had an editor that I paid, but you know what I realized? When you have somebody that you pay, they don't care about what you want. They care about what you pay for. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't pay for what you want. You should absolutely pay. But I never asked nobody to edit my stuff. Somebody came and was like, hey, bro, let me start doing that. I see where this joint going. Just let me be around. Let me rap. Remember what I told you earlier today when I was like, literally, and a lot of relationships off producing other people's podcasts for free. Hey, bro, I'll produce your joint, bro. It's just when we sit down and I produce it, I'll show you the editing. That's a lot of, sorry, I don't want to go off on no tangent. That's another part that a lot of people don't talk about. So when I say like nothing, the reason why I was really like that, because in the back end, I'm willing to go produce everything. I'm willing to do a photo shoot for you. I'm willing to do videography for you. Because at the end of the day, I don't believe in this. This is going to sound bad, very unpopular opinion. I don't believe in draining the community around you. And why are we going to take this $5 and pass it around the room? I'd rather learn a skill in this room where we all can get to a place where we charge. Bro, let me tell you something, man. And I don't know if I'm talking too much or not, but it's cool. Tell you the difference. I tell you the difference. Photography. I'm gonna use it to photography back and I'm bring it back to podcasting. Me going shooting all my friends' professional headshots, charging all them $150, arguing with them about, hey, bro, my hair look like this, my hair look like that. Me going to go do that, getting the experience, and then a company, which happened in real life, a real estate broker's like, hey, man, we need headshots for all our real estate agents. Hey, bro, this how much? Oh, okay. Companies don't trip on stuff like that. But we try to eliminate the grind process by saying, oh, today's price isn't yesterday's price, I agree with all that. But your shit got to be good enough to say that. And when it's not good enough to say that, you can't stand in that. So I said that to say, like, I use a lot of my skills to help other people. And if it come back, it come back. If it don't, it don't. For instance, with the wellness project, I appreciated their time. For that, you all get videos, photo shoot on me, podcast on me, a production whenever you need it on me. Like, and I'm saying that to say, because if I ever say like, yo, can you come on this panel with me? Oh yeah, no doubt. People eliminate those type of relationships. So to bring it back to here, now with the people around me, I got people with very specific skill sets. And I've done in my skill set, I've done for them what I could do. Pro bono, like, oh, bro, you straight. And they came back like, hey man, I love where this is going, bro. Let's do this. But I always offer. I didn't say that, but I always offer people. Because I understand people have families. Like, how much you want? Bro, just keep me a part of it. Cool. And when you don't want to be stepped, and if you ever feel like you need to get paid, tell me. Because I absolutely believe in paying people. But if I charge the people, if you ask me, like, hey, yeah, bro, that's $700. I'll pay the $700. But if I done did $3,000 worth of work for you for free, I hope that $700 was worth it. We ain't gonna never work together again. That's just the way it is. And people, I'm not trying to be harsh, and it's not about money. You can go further with people that want to do it than you can at people you pay. When I used to pay somebody to do it, they would not listen. They're very laid out. I sat down with them the first time, like, hey, bro, look, this is how you do it. Let me not say this is how you do it. This is how I wanted it to be done because da-da. Okay, cool. Exact opposite. Do it again. Okay, okay, cool.
Oh, no.
Like, bro, What is the money doing?
Oh, nah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what is the money doing? Then I went back to doing it for myself. And I had somebody around like, hey, man, teach me how to do that. I said, you got a pod. Let me do yours. You watch me edit yours. You ask questions. Whenever you feel comfortable, I'll throw you mine to edit. I hope I answered the question, bro. I know I got long. I be getting long with it, man. I be getting long with it, bro.
I just got to throw it out there.
Yeah, for sure.
I hate editing.
For
bro.
real?
I hate it, bro. It's just time consuming because for me, I'm pretty. If this is an hour, almost an hour and a half, it's going to take me of actual editing time. It's going to be 3 or 4 hours because I'm going through, I'm checking everything. I gotta add my lower thirds as needed. I gotta throw your social media in there.
Yeah.
I gotta highlight certain events in Charlotte. I gotta put that in there when it's available. I want it to be as
a full-out production.
I gotta see. I want it to be as much as some shit that you would see on TV as possible.
For sure.
That's kind of how I've been programmed. Now I don't have to do all that. I could just put it on and go, and it could have just been one angle.
Yeah.
But you in here getting deep. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I gotta be like, nah. He gotta have a 50 mil headshot when he going and he talking on this whole tangent, and we going in there, and then I'm gonna throw in, hey, if you liking this and you want to check out the Patreon, go ahead and throw that in there. Like you just gotta kind of like I could produce this whole thing today and then go back and look at tomorrow and then have to change a bunch of shit because it's like at the moment I didn't see it. You know what I mean? So in that case, that's why it can be annoying because as much as I would love for somebody else to do it, your shit better be better than mine. Yeah, it better be way better.
And I must case in point, real time. If I was like, yo, Rob, like, bro, I need this produced. I'm asking the price because I already know where you at with it. I ain't coming here to teach you nothing.
But what was my response?
You was like, let's start on a small scale first.
I said my response is let's start on a smaller scale so you can see what I can do first.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
But the thing is, what I'm trying to get people to understand, your leverage point is that you know your shit though.
Yeah.
You know it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying other people don't. So whatever price you say, whether I'm with it or not, if I want this level of production done, I'm going to pay that because it comes with this level of production. Yeah. So back to the point of what we were saying earlier, like, I don't mind paying at all, but your skill set better match your price. I'm a photographer. So it ain't like I'm trying to short. That's how I make my, I ain't say make my living, but that's how I make my bread too on the other side. But like when I tell somebody X amount for the silver package, gold package, you're going to get those things in a really, with fidelity. Them joints is going to be laid out. Them pictures are going to be edited to the T. You're going to get them in a time frame because I'm comfortable with the price that I charge. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that's the only point I want to make. Like, yeah, you did say that. Absolutely did say that. But like, your skill level is like, here, you got to respect that. So you can say, nah, bro, 2,500. And people can't do nothing but respect that.
I wouldn't even know where to start, bro. You know what's crazy? Even before this, I had 4 or 5 people in the past ask me to do it, and I told them no.
You gotta do what you do in public more. If 95% of my biggest clients in photography and videography, retainer clients to this day, came from me grabbing a coffee and my backpack on with the camera in my hand. What you do? Videos cute? Yeah, I'll shoot you a short one real quick.
What I'm talking about, this, not the photography.
Go do it in public. Bro, I'm telling you, you think I'm tripping, bro. Me and my homeboy who's on the Monday Night Crew, there used to be this hookah bar called Oasis in Bowie. Mm-hmm. It was a real chill. He was working in town. Said, hey, bro, let's grab the equipment, go sit, chill, smoke a little hookah, and let's have an episode. If you think I'm lying, I can't remember what it is, but it's top 5 Millennials vs. the World, top 5 talks with DJ J-Dub. Bro, you can hear in the background the music, the da-da-da. We did it in public. Literally that night, made the connection with the owners. Like, yo, if you ever want to do something in this venue, if you ever want to do this, just let me know, man, free of charge, da-da-da. And gain about 15 or 20 more followers. And I ain't talking about the ones you don't know. I was talking to these people. They was like, oh, what y'all do? So I'm saying that to say, I'm with you. But that's another step that people see. It's gonna look awkward. I'm gonna say that off camera. But
no, it is gonna look awkward. Listen, trust me. When I had my intro video, I had that one intro and I got the one I previously had.
Yeah.
We did that downtown DC in front of everybody. I got people looking at me thinking I was famous. I was some rapper or something. Yeah. I'm walking across the street. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Acting like I'm doing something. It felt so weird. My man was like, man, fuck all that, bro. You like, get your shit.
Yeah.
So I get it, man. But no, I do hate editing. But now, it's different. Now, if I would do it for somebody else who may not need as much as what I'm asking for myself, yeah, it'd be fine. But really, at the time, I told him no because it was a time thing.
Yeah,
So
for sure,
I was like, I don't want to commit to something you paying me.
Yeah.
And now, yeah, you paying me, but this is interfering with my shit type of deal.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
for
the
sure.
only way that I would, like, fully, like, full-time do multiple joints is if I put, like, if I took a beat on this.
Yeah.
Because this takes, you know, at least 2 or 3 days out of the week for me.
Yeah.
And now you're talking about somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Now just imagine it's another 2 or 3 days I'm putting into yours. Then you come back, hey, bro, you think you can change this? That's another day. You know what I'm saying? Or something happened with the equipment. Now I got to try to save it. That's another day. So now I've been in that space where every day I'm just deep diving in podcasts, and then wifey like, you gotta get this shit together.
Yeah.
Because it's our time.
Yeah.
And you still thinking you downstairs. So that's why I said no.
You schedule out your days when you edit, when you shoot. If I get it done.
It depends. Like today, like this will probably be coming out sooner than I thought because I don't have nothing else to talk about anyway. So because I'm teleworking, I got today and tomorrow to put it out. If this was a more busier time and football was on or something, this would probably be like next week, and then I would just be editing it as we go type of deal. So it's because my schedule is not traditional. You know, I do it when I can do it.
Yeah.
But I make sure I got at least 4 or 5 hours that I can go.
But you like borderline like short film level production though. That's what's up.
I mean, if that's what you want to call it, listen. If it's one thing that you haven't learned about me yet, I don't really take modest shit. I don't take compliments. Well, I'll be like,
Yeah, I mean, I get it. We're gonna rap. Hey, look, keep not taking it. We're gonna rap.
I did it.
We're gonna rap. Nah, bro, because you wanna know what? I know this is the thing. Let me be quiet. We'll be over for 2 hours, bro. We good, man.
Bro, air it out, bro.
This is the thing. So this is what I've learned in this journey of podcasting. And to give full context, I started audio only. My little brother's a videographer. I started with photography. I learned videography. My homeboy's a graphic designer, right? So the thing is, in those arenas, photography, I'm really confident in. Videography, super confident in. And I can tell you what I can't do. Audio, I'm confident, but there's small things that I'm still learning about it. Like what we were talking about before, right? Graphics, I'm confident in. Everything that my pod comes with, merch, I'm confident in, right? But when I'm sitting with my brother who's a videographer, my homeboy that does graphic design, you realize they're specialists in their area. Like for photography, specialist. My little brother, videographer, specialist. My homeboy with graphics, specialist. When my little brother talks about videography and we get deep in that bag, I realize like, oh, the people that can do it on that level when I meet them because of how much information I got on the back end, I'm just aware of where I'm not going with videography. I can produce easily, but like there's certain things like, oh yeah, nah, he like major, like nah, like you can see it that way because for a long time, being a one-man army, you got to learn, like you said, learn everything.
Learn everything.
But it don't make you a specialist at everything. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? So like now that I'm good at what I'm good at, I'm a specialist in what I'm a specialist in, now I can see how I want my other stuff to be if I was to give it to somebody else. Like simple and plain, like the real we was talking about. I'm sorry. I'll say this on camera. I don't feel like nobody I was about to cuss. I don't feel like nobody on my little brother with that video. He just does, he's a wizard. You know what I'm saying? And the crazy part is we don't even talk. We show up like, all right, bro, you ready? What am I getting today? Because our chemistry, we learned that, but it's just like, so now.
When you know.
And now when I go other places, he's my reference point. I got to see your work now because I'm not going to go from that to this. And saying that as a compliment to you. So when I say, I'm like, oh, yeah, no. And I be watching already. I'm like, oh, yeah, no. You like, for sure, because he taught me a lot of the basics of a camera. And then to get into videography and to see how he does it, I'm like, oh, yeah, like.
Look, I ain't going to lie to you.
I pay my little brother, though, for the record.
All right, you got to.
Yeah.
Look, I ain't going to lie to you. Real quick, I made a decision. I was like, yeah, I'm just going to do the photography. Videography shit, that's a whole nother beast. Listen, when I do videography, I use my phone. So I'm like, the phone just make it easier. I ain't trying to make no nothing like that. But the photos, I enjoy doing that more.
Yeah, me too, bro.
Because I do videos all the time already. Mm-hmm. The photography is what I'm learning. I'm gonna just go that route.
Yeah.
And if I got somebody with me that want to shoot some video, that's fine. But I ain't no videographer for hire. Just photography. That's it.
So I'm gonna tell you what keeps me with photography, bro. Like similar to that picture, I love that joint fire. Like I got pictures in my studio that I've done. And when I go back and look at them, it's the way you can freeze time, bro. Videos just cool, don't get me wrong, but even that picture right there, like, bro, you know what I'm saying? I know I bet you remember exactly what race.
Hell yeah. Bro, that boy lens was about this long.
Yeah, but that's, you know what I'm saying? So when I'm like, even when I got my 70 to 300, I'm like, way back, and I'm like, they don't even, like, if I'm at an event, I'm like, they don't even know I'm capturing them laughing over there. It's the way you can freeze time, because with videos, it ain't really no sneaking. You like, you going around the room, everybody like, oh, like, what you doing, bro?
People be like,
yeah, but in photography, I could be across a room, zoom that bad boy in, and you don't even know it, so it makes it that much more authentic, man. And I'm gonna be real, bro. I love street photography, bro. That joint right there, especially in the city like where we buy, you start in one place and just go, oh my goodness, bro. That vibe of photography, and then guess what I do? Go back that night and talk about it on the podcast. Yo, the day in the city, it was crazy. I be talking to folks out there, meeting new people, asking them about their experiences, and that give me more content to talk about when I get on here. So, but yeah, man, that's fire.
Very good. We definitely was way off, but I think I think the listeners and the viewers understood where the importance of that conversation.
For sure.
So, all right, so we almost at the end, man. What advice would you give to any aspiring podcasters?
So this is going to be opposite of what everybody say, but I believe in this wholeheartedly. Everybody says find a niche. Can't tell you not to. Everybody says know your stuff. You should. Instead of trying to speak to everybody, speak to yourself. If you speak to your inner person, you'll find people that connect with you, and those are the people that's going to listen. So I can't tell you that age ranges aren't important. I can't tell you niches aren't important. But what I can tell you is, to this point, which I'm satisfied with, growth-wise, I've only spoken to myself. Like, my Thoughtful Thursday tab is my thoughts. Like, what I really be going through that week. And I'm speaking to myself. Those are just the thoughts that I had by myself. Car in the garage, about to go be dad, long day. And back to what you said, half of my Thoughtful Thursdays are recorded on my phone. Because microphones have upgraded so significantly, if you get a good space, bro, I speak to myself when I'm going through. The last one I did last week was really resonated, like being young and old at the same time. I'm still figuring out that lane, but I was speaking to myself, and the amount of people that did me, like, damn, bro, this was just 3 days ago, Thursday. Like, damn, I thought I was tripping. Nah. So I'm saying that to say, get into it. Figure out if you're going to be informative or entertainment or both, whatever you want to do. Speak to yourself. Whoever you are, speak to yourself, and people that relate to you will relate to your content. When you start trying to be something you're not or speak about things that you're not genuine about, it'll never stick. That's when you start quitting, when you're talking about stuff that you don't really care about. For real. So that's the biggest advice I can give. Consistency, I can go with the whole little, be consistent. Yes, you need to be consistent, but I'm not going to beat that in your head. You got to be consistent in anything. You brush your teeth every day, right? So, like, you got to, like you got to be consistent in everything. So, like, anything you want to be good. You know what I'm saying? So, consistency, yes, but the biggest thing I say is when you create your platform, speak to yourself. Like, really speak to yourself for things that you feel like you needed or wanted to hear, because there's people that connect through that. So that's what I would say to people.
Okay. Good answer. Very good answer. If I have to give any advice, I'm just going to say, make sure you're having fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, this is supposed to be fun.
Yeah, for sure.
This is a hobby.
Yeah.
It's a hobby for me.
Yeah.
You know, this space was just an empty room. I was like, well, ain't nobody going to sleep down here. It's always cold.
Yeah.
So let's just make a studio.
This joint fire, though.
This is fun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The minute I ain't having fun, well, let me just unplug this.
Yeah.
Why I'm be down here stressing myself out?
Yeah,
I already got enough shit going on. You know what I'm saying? So whatever else, yeah, you're right. You could say consistency and you know, make sure you know what you're talking about. Man, make sure you're having fun.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, because people ask, like, where'd you get the name Captain's Log from?
Yeah.
It's like it's kind of like having a virtual diary.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm talking to my diary, and it's my story.
Yeah, for sure.
And people just happen to be listening.
Yeah.
You know, so this is just, so for me, I'm complaining about the train, because I used to take the train every day for like 15 years.
Yeah.
So
shit, gracious.
Yeah, I'm 38. You know what I mean? I'm old. So you talking about young,
you're not old, bro. You're not old, bro.
I've been using the word 20 years a lot lately in the last
Hell
2
make
weeks.
You old.
And I'm like, damn, why I keep saying?
So what is a
years?
6-year-old? What's a 6-year-old? Dead?
60?
Yeah. What is that? If you old at 38,
old as fuck. Shit, elderly.
Yo, you're not old, bro.
I'm a little old, bro. I'm there. When I get to 40, I'm just.
Are you serious?
It is. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm still young at heart, but yeah. Some things,
bro. I bet you I bet you the success you see in your 40s is gonna go.
Speaking of that, I tell my wife this all the time. You ain't really start living till
You
you
ain't
turn
even
40.
tapped into it yet,
When you
bro.
turn 40,
And you think that's old? I don't know. So you say you start living when you get old. That's what you saying, bro.
well, I think at that point,
You about to switch it
I
up.
think at that point your hard work has shown, and you can just kind of start relaxing a little bit more. That's what I think.
Hold on. I get that. What you saying? Can you answer the question? So 40 is old, and you start living at 40. You start living when you old.
I mean, I'm more so joking when I say I'm
Oh,
old.
okay. I just try to get you.
Because
I
I got,
try to get
I'm
you.
grayed out and shit and all that. Like somebody thought I was 45. I was like, come on, bro, you playing? I ain't never got no 45. I was in the car driving.
Yeah.
I was driving. Like when I had
Crazy,
turned the
man.
music off, I was at 45.
Yo.
I said she played me. For bro.
Hey, how that make you feel with this?
I was hurt a little bit. I was at the stoplight, just 45, bro.
Yo, why you turn the music off, bro? Why you turn?
I didn't want to hear nothing else. I just had to give my thoughts. I
Woo,
was like,
that's wild, bro.
like, we not 45. Don't
That's
believe
wild.
it. Don't believe it.
That was funny.
But again, man, make sure you're having fun, man. I
for
think
sure.
this is more than anything. I also think that as you get older and you push into your upper 30s and your 40s, it's a pivotal point in your life where you need to be doing something that you love
For
to
sure.
do.
For sure.
You know, I think that's important. And so I look at the 20s, and when you're in your 20s, you still trying to really figure it out.
Yeah.
Or you might have an idea you haven't executed yet. So when you get in your upper 20s into your 30s, you're grind mode. You're grinding. And you grinding and you progressing. You get in 40, if you did what you were supposed to do, now the fruits of your labor are there. And from your 40s on up, and your 50s, shit.
Is that what you feel about your 30s? Being that, being that you in your late 30s, is that what you feel like the biggest thing from your 20s to 30s that you got? That it's a grind?
My
like
30s, I worked hard, bro.
Wanting to or had to?
Had to.
Okay.
I worked hard.
Okay,
bro.
respect.
And that's just from the situation, me. Like, transparent moment. Like, it's just me. You know what I'm saying? I have a whole family, but like when it come down to me in a bind, it's just me. It's just me and my wife. You know what I mean? So knowing that,
Same for me,
always got to keep my foot on the gas. Always got to be trying to do the next thing. Always preaching that to, family members like, bro, you making some money now. You got to make sure you putting a couple dollars in the stash.
For sure.
You spending your whole checkup. I was like, I've been there.
Yeah.
I was in the military and I was getting paid Friday.
Yeah.
And going to the club Friday and Saturday, waking up Sunday with the account in the negative, wondering how I'm gonna make it to the next check.
Yeah.
Because I'm 19 years old. They're not teaching you, financial literacy in the military like that. Maybe they are now. They wasn't back in 03 and 04.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So just knowing that, like, I had to make sure, like, work hard. Continue to give my kids what I didn't have. You know what I mean? I live by that. Like, I ain't had this. My kids need to have it.
Yeah,
you know
for
what
sure,
I'm saying?
for sure.
So it's like now I'm to a point now where I can float a little bit. Like the money I'm making now, I feel like I'm overpaid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I could just float. And I don't work weekends.
He said under.
Under, yeah. Look, I worked weekends for 12 years straight.
Oh my God.
Bro.
Yeah.
I worked Tuesday through Saturday for 8 years, and then for 4 years I worked a 6 and 2 schedule. That means that every 6 weeks you get a what is it? A Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and the next week a Sunday, Monday, or was it a Saturday, Sunday, Monday off, and then they just rotate. And you work on weekends until then. I worked like that for 12 years.
Oh my goodness.
So now
bro.
I'm getting weekends off. I don't know what
I'm
I'm still jumping up Saturdays like I need to throw my work shirt on. But no, I have more time to do shit. So that's why I think like you grind. Your 30s is grind time. Like you in grind mode.
Yeah, for sure.
Like you foot on the gas. You got so much shit going on, so many different avenues. I love it. Because you were doing what I was doing. Maybe not podcasting, but just in your life. You know what I'm saying? Young family, you know what I'm saying? Young kids, married. You on the right path. So 5 years from now, you're gonna be floating.
Gotcha.
And shit just gonna be nothing to you. So
Yeah.
that's why I say, well, it's like I feel like I'm getting old type of deal. Because
Like
I don't
get a
have to
little
grind
easier.
like that no more. I used to always complain because I've been in the government. I got 16 years in the government. And I used to always complain to old niggas. I'm like, these niggas don't do shit.
Yeah.
But they be getting paid. And now I'm up there and I was just like, well, I don't do that much.
Yeah.
But I mean, I ain't.
You paid the cost to be the
I ain't-
boss.
I ain't where they are.
Yeah.
As far as just bullshitting around all day. But all that labor and just being a body. Like, no, I'm somebody now when I walk in the building.
Yeah, for sure.
I just mean that in that area. But I live by that. You're not really living your best life till you turn 40.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
I've come to realize, in my personal opinion, I feel like 40 to start. Because and unless you like got a one of us. Do you got any younger siblings?
yeah.
How much younger are they than you?
I got an older sister. It's 5 of us total. It's 5 of us total.
How many younger than you though?
I'm the oldest boy.
All right,
so it's 4 younger.
Oh, okay. So with my 2 little brothers, like I tell my little brother all the time, the one I just shot the pod with, I was like, hey, bro, by the time he my age, he might be floating. But I said that to say, like, I'm figuring it out. Obviously, it sounded like you had to figure it out too.
30 gonna be the next 40.
Yeah,
with this new generation,
yeah.
They're so much more advanced than us.
They got information, bro. There's no way we had this amount of information.
There's so much advanced. My son can come in here and run this shit if he wanted to run. I'd be like, son, I need you to just make sure the camera's out of focus. I need you want to
put in work?
That nigga lazy. He upstairs playing Fortnite, right? Goddamn now. Lazy, man.
For sure.
So lastly, finally, man, we are at the end, man. Let the folks know where they can find all your social media handles.
Oh, yeah, for sure, man. Millennials vs. the World _podcast on everything. Millennials vs. the World on podcast on YouTube, man. Tap in with me, man. If you got something you want to say, something you want to do, you need my phone number, 240-927-7831. Millennials vs. the World podcast at gmail.com, man. Tap in with me.
Damn, he put the number on there.
Oh, yeah, man. You got to be with the people, man.
I need a whole nother phone if I'm doing that.
I do got a whole nother phone.
Oh, that's why you did
that. Ain't the number you text me on.
Shit,
yeah,
okay.
Nah, never that.
Okay.
Nah, man. That phone go rampant. You want to know, before we get out of here, that's another way audience engagement. They can get contact with me. They can text me, bro. I got control over that. But the way I just said it, if you got something to say, hit me.
Okay. Well, look, man, I appreciate you coming through, bro.
For sure, I appreciate you having me.
This meant a lot to me. You know, it was. I was talking about it for a while. I was like, bro, just set up the fucking interviews, bro. So you, as well as a long list of other folks that I said I just need to start going down and really laying down these good moments, man. I definitely appreciate you coming through, man.
For sure. I'm gonna get you to come through for me too, bro.
Man, let me know, bro. Let me know. Let me know. I mean, shit, we can talk for days, or I could just blend in, or whatever you already got going on. It don't matter, man. But we're gonna wrap this up, man.
For sure.
All right, capping out.